Hi guys, and welcome to a very special video. Alright then viewers, now you may remember from my very first free videos that I used to create back at Lufton College in 2015. Well, guess what? It's been 5 years now, well, since my first channel first started on, well, when I joined YouTube on 23rd of January 2015, and the first ever video that was originally published on 12th of November 2015, and the first ever video that I used to create, which is my talk about children in need. Oh, of course, I used to film myself at the sports hall at Lufton College. That was for when I used to do it back then. And then, of course, the second one, however, was my anti-bullying week movie. And finally, the only third and last video that I remember doing was a history of Walsall Grove by talking about some items. But of course, I do stutter a bit back then though. But that's alright. Yeah, that usually means I'm just a bit nervous for YouTube, really. So, no big deal about it. Oh, and of course, viewers, now, here are some of the videos that I have uploaded on YouTube since 2015. Oh, and of course, viewers, now my retro channel is now 5 years old, from 2015 to 2020 as of this year. Well, many happy returns to my channel, eh? Well, can't get enough of that then. Now, anyway, to start off the 5th anniversary video, I'm only going to show you a few clips from my old videos, from the first 3 videos, including the pilot video which I have originally created with Paul Graham's help and all. And here they all are, and I will narrate them as I go along.
Alright viewers, so here we go. So this is my first ever video, which is called Retro Game Characters Created by Me. There's a picture of Crash Bandicoot over here with Dr. Cortex's giant hand, and I also put some words and letters on, also describing what retro game characters look like as they were first released, like Crash from 1996 and Rayman from 1995 when it was originally released on the PlayStation back then, and same as Spyro in 1998. And Spyro was a rival of Crash Bandicoot, but I'm also glad that they were good friends back then. And also there was another character, and I remember playing Mario as a kid, and there he is, the master himself, Mario. And Mario was first appeared in 1980 game Donkey Kong as Jumpman. Oh yes, with his younger brother Luigi when Luigi joined Mario in 1983, and also he looks for Mario in a SNES game, Mario is Missing. Oh yes, and dare we say it, Sonic the Hedgehog. And also, Sonic, however, was first appeared as an air freshener in Radmobile in 1990. Oh yes, and my dad used to play Pac-Man in the arcade somewhere in the 80s, but wasn't very good at it though. Oh, and it was also known as Pac-Man in Japan. And there's Parappa Rapper. That he was a dog who can believe. Oh, and it was Parappa Rapper's first game in 1996, just like Crash. And there's also another video game character which is called Bomberman, in which it was originally released in 1987. So obviously, for a couple of years, now that was just to celebrate, well, a lot of years of it. And finally, there's Qbert, the one who was created in 1982, who jumps from cube to cube. And that would be the end of the video, and that's what I'll show you. Right, next video, and here we go. Oh, and here's a short clip of me holding up the Stop Hate poster. That was when I first took part of it in a Stop Hate UK in ICT. And here we go on the very first video that I actually created for my first channel, since it was began. And see, there's me talking about children in need in the sports hall. That's the one I was on about. Oh yeah, and there's the old clock, which is still ticking. Oh yeah, and the time was 2:40 when I just carried on, way before 3:30 when I just go home. And of course, however, on this video, however, well, I only just found one BBC One ident clip, and that only comes from YITV originally from when I first found it. Yeah, but couldn't get our TV off back then, but I did now. Right, that was maybe a bit bright, and I will show you that ident. See you in a minute.
Has to start of BBC One's marathon fundraising extravaganza, in which Terry Wogan, Sue Cook and Andy Peters host 7 hours of star-studded entertainment for children in need.
See what I mean, viewers? That was the BBC One ident with Pudsey Bear as a mascot. Oh yeah, and that was from YITV. Oh yeah, and that was the end of the first Bear video. Right, moving to the next one. And here's the next video. This is another one. This is something to do with Anti-Bullying Week from November 2015. See, that's a banner that said Anti-Bullying Week of 2015. Make a noise about bullying banner. And there's also Cool to Be Kind. That's Anti-Bullying Week from 16th to 20th of November 2015. Oh, and I also just put Lufton College is a safe place to be. And see, there's a girl and a boy just giving a high five, but that was way before it was not allowed. And there's Nelson Muntz who always said, ha ha! Just kidding. And there's a bully-free zone. Yeah, see, that's a bully, and there's the code there. And see, that's just a quickie video. Right, next one, please. And here's the third video in the trilogy of the very first videos. Oh, and I also just typed it as the history of Wallace and Gromit. And see, these are all the pictures I found on Google Images from Lufton College back then. See, from a grand ale to the wrong trousers, a close shave with Wendeleen's Ram's bottom. And also there's a curtain aware of it. That's the movie poster, by the way, without any background, just a plain white. And say, with that one, a matter of loaf and death. Oh, and there's the old picture, which it came from Funpack in 1996. Oh yeah, and also from the 90s. And see, there's me. This time I was out in Lufton Gardens at that time. Oh, and see that purple lanyard there? That was the one when I carried the key. But of course I couldn't tell. I'm not going to tell you where I live because of the YouTuber law. So I'm not going to bother tell you that. Oh, and see, that was me stuttering a bit. Oh yeah, and of course I was only just carried on filming in the greenhouse, although it's a little bit too hot in there, so I had to carry on moving around as I go along. Oh yeah, and I was wearing the Volkswagen camper jumper. Yeah, but I don't have this jumper anymore. And then I went back to Lufton Gardens to try again. Oh yes, and just like I did on the very first video, I also included some idents, including the special ident with Wallace and Gromit in it from 1995. Oh yes, with a Channel 4 ident from 1991. When it was part of Creature Comfort's Oscar special. I will show you some idents as part of this 5th anniversary special video. See what I mean, viewers? That is a special ident for Wallace and Gromit, a grand day out as part of the Oscar special with Creature Comforts and all. Oh, and of course there's a Channel 4 logo on there. Oh, and that only comes from another YouTube channel, but I think it's Excella Tab or something. Well, I can't tell.
Looks like.
First on BBC Wales on 2, animated comedy and Trousers Automated.
And that's the long leg of BBC 2 ident from 1993, which was on December, of course. That was it leading into Inside the Wrong Trousers. Oh, and that only comes from another YouTube channel, which is POAB. Yeah, video credit to that one.
You may have spent some of this morning looking into a stocking or pillowcase. Well, now on BBC Two, we continue our animated 2 season by offering you the chance to look inside the wrong trousers and the work of Oscar-winning animator Nick Park.
And here's the BBC Two item, the one I was on about. That was from 1995, it is. Oh yeah, and I got that item as part of Wallace and Gromit Free Cracking Adventures on DVD now. Yeah, since the change from Complete Collection to Free Cracking Adventures, the 2000s DVD.
BBC Two in another enchanting story from Oscar-winning animator Nick Park, with more gadgets than James Bond, more menacing than Jaws. Wallace and Gromit are about to encounter a fiendish stranger.
And see, there's another BBC One item, but this time it's got Wallace and Gromit in it, and they moved over to BBC One. Oh yeah, and that was part of my history of Wallace and Gromit anyway. Oh yeah, and I got that one on my recorded DVD that my mum was recorded on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day of 2008. Yeah, believe me, I know. And there you go, viewers. So that was the history of Wallace and Gromit, the third video in the trilogy of the very first ones. Oh, and that's the end. Oh, and that was me waving goodbye. And there we go, the end credits. Oh, of course, I sometimes have to put, and see, that's all the channels that I have used. Oh yeah, and I give credit to all the items. Oh yeah, and it says no copyright infringement intended.
George Buxton's Game Review Special Episode 3 Games in 1.
Now, you probably heard this before. Well, and here we go. So, I already filmed that bit at Rugby Road. That was way before the other lads, like Kushel and Greg, just doing their session first. And whilst I was home alone at that time, and I always had to do a couple of game reviews. Oh yeah, and DVD reviews. And here's the very first one that I do know of. Oh, and this video was Crash Bandicoot Action Pack. Yeah, because I still got that one as of today. Oh, and it was originally published on YouTube on 2nd of April 2017, way before I started making projects, which is the George and a Hairbear pilot episode. Now, if you want to check the pilot episode of George and a Hairbear, check it out on YouTube. I would see, there's me, looking very different in a tatty old blue campervan t-shirt. Boy, aren't I a bit disgusting or what? Oh yeah, and this place, however, was the very place where it used to be an original home for Lufton students. Well, but of course, as I said, I can't tell you where I live. It's still against the YouTube law, so I'm not going to bother tell you where I used to live anyway. So, very sorry about this. Right then, well, I'm not going to bother leave you with the rest because it will take so long. Well, see you in the next video. And here we go. Now, this is the last video for me to show you as a revisit. And this is the Rumble Bears from Fisher-Price. That's the public information film for YouTube. And see, there's no Hair Bear. Now, you'll probably remember him. Well, he was only here in a special public information film. And there's no Hair Bear speaking to you, viewers, about getting a very rare Rumble Bears from Fisher-Price in the 90s. Oh yeah, and there's him singing a theme tune for George and a Hair Bear. Well, the spoof of Bodger and Badger, really. Oh my goodness, look at me though. My hair is in a bit of a right mess. Oh boy. I would say there's no Hair Bear about to squirt me. Watch this. See what I mean? That is funny. And no Hair Bear keeps laughing his head off. Oh, and it's a good thing he never calls me a 2,000-year-old man for nothing. Yeah, but look at my hair though. I haven't even had a haircut since then. Oh, and of course, I had to pretend that notepad, however, was a letter to no Hair Bear from a British government. Oh, well, Fisher-Price, really. You know what I mean. Right, and I will show you the Chloe Raccoon bit. See you in a minute. Whoa! George? Yes, Chloe? What are you no Hair Bear doing this time? Well then, Chloe, well, today, that we're going to be doing a video. You know, for the special video, for the channel who got the no Rumble Bears collection. Eh? Rumble Bears? Oh, no Bears? Oh, I never heard of it. I heard of no Hair Bear. George? Yes, Clay? Is no Hair Bear a Rumble Bear? Yes, Clay, because you see, I had him for quite some time. Actually, if I remember, it was actually 22 years ago. Ooh! Boy, he really is a fancy bear. I'm gonna have to faint. Catch me, George. Oh, and don't worry, viewers. Harry Bracken always faints on me. Yeah, because she's also Luffy Duffy about me. Well, she's obviously nuts, but she's obviously more nuts to Crash Bandicoot, well, way before Arthur came along in 2018. And of course, I carried on with the projects from 2017, from 2020, as I am currently working on The Adventures of Arthur from Series 5. Now, and if you still want to check out all my projects that I have done from the first and second channel, feel free. And there's no Hair Bear watching some YouTube videos. That's only something to do with Rumble Bear's videos. Just like that one, for example. That's called The Adventures of Rumble Bear and Pepsi. Which is mostly a bit... well, which is mostly a little okay, I guess. Yeah, but between you and me, it's rubbish. Yeah, no offense to those girls. Yeah, no offense. But it's still a good video anyway, and I love that. Oh yes, and also there was another video which is showing off a Rumble Bears collection. And there's no Hair Bear watching another YouTube video, and this time it's something to do with Rumble Bears collection. You know, from tiger, from cats to bears, just like no Hair Bear, for example. Well, that's pretty much all I can remember now. Right, and I shall leave you with the end bit. See you in a minute. See you later, viewers. Yeah. On side with me. Woohoo!
So there you go, viewers. See, that's all the very first videos that I have created over 5 years now. Oh yeah, because I now do VHS updates, DVDs, PS2 games. Oh yes, and even, let me said, showing off the collection. Yeah, and that was very good back then. Alright then, so I will tell you for what I will be uploading for the next well, actually I might think about uploading all the videos that I might do sometime in a couple of days time, like one day or maybe 2. Depends on what I feel like. I mean, besides and the first video for my 5th year anniversary, and it's only going to be starting off with the pilot video, which is called George B. Retro Game Characters Movie. But of course, I just changed the title that said Retro Game Characters by George Buxton Pilot Video 5th Anniversary Special. And then of course, I will upload the edited version of my very first video to celebrate 5 years. Oh yeah, and I've also put a 1991 BBC One ident with Pudsey talking, and also the better quality of the 1992 ident rather than the one that I used to do in 2015. And also I will be uploading the other 2. Well, of course, I'm not really too worried about the other 2 videos. Besides, the other 2 videos I've already done was being done in 2015, so I'm technically not worried about it. But I might think about re-uploading it in 2 more videos, and then that's it. No more. And of course, I will carry on uploading some normal stuff as I will be finished very soon. Alright then, right, I'll say goodbye now. Bye bye everyone. Bye bye. Oh, and happy 5th anniversary to my channel from 2015 to 2020.